I don't think we should be focusing on Loki. That guy's brain is a bag full of cats. You could smell crazy on him.
Have care how you speak. Loki is beyond reason, but he is of Asgard. And he is my brother.
He killed 80 people in 2 days.
He's adopted.
Welcome back to Thinking Critical. This is Wes, and it's time for some more Marvel comic news. And obviously here today I do have a co-host. We're going to be talking about Thor. Everybody gets to wield Thor. It's like the town bike. Everybody gets a ride. We've also got an Alpha Flight reunion of sorts within the pages of Marvel Comics this week. And also we do have an update on the Eternals comic book from Kieran Gillen and Asad Ribic. That is, I think it's actually Ribic. I want to apologize to all my my Serbian friends there. It's actually been delayed. Obviously, the movie was delayed, and now the comic book itself is delayed as well. And obviously, with here, my co-host today is the most fatal man in comic books YouTube. It's Fatal J. How you doing, buddy?
I am here.
It's true. So I had a comment from one of my viewers, and he said, is Fatal J talking to a magic 8-ball?
He's exactly right. How did you know that, sir? And my future for you is you're going to get tons of money for recognizing that Fatal J is a cool person. Boom.
Yes, he is in fact talking to a magic 8-ball, people. So before we get into all the details of Thor's recent problems with Mjolnir and all this stuff, I do want to say, if you haven't subscribed, what are you waiting for? Subscribe to the channel, hit the bell for notifications, give us a thumbs up if you enjoyed this, give us a thumbs down if you don't. Either way, we want to hear your feedback in the comments section. Are you excited about Thor and Mjolnir just going wherever it goes? You know, did you like the Alpha Flight reunion, the original Alpha Flight? This isn't the reboots or any of that. And then, you know, what are your thoughts on Eternals being delayed? Now, Fatal J, well, let's get into this. So in this week's Thor number 8, obviously in the Thor behind, you know, in the last issue of Thor, it was Thor number 7 from Donny Cates. He was having problems. It was getting heavier, and he threw it down to earth, landed in Oklahoma. Not exactly the most newest thing we've ever seen. That happens a lot. Sometimes Thor becomes unworthy. You got Beta Ray Bill will wield Mjolnir. We remember Jane Foster, when she was wielding Mjolnir, when he was unworthy Thor. Obviously, he's been deemed unworthy in the past, and they've sent the Mjolnir to Oklahoma in the past. So he throws it there again, and he says, I need to talk to Tony Stark. And then when he shows up to talk to Tony, it turns out any little old person can wield Mjolnir now. And Tony picks up the Thor because he broadcast his number to the world, I guess, and decides to bitch slap him with it. What do you think about this, Fatal J? Do you think, and I've loved this run of Thor so much, but should anybody and their brother be wielding Thor and slapping Thor in the face, or wielding Mjolnir and slapping Thor in the face with it?
I thought the whole point of Thor's hammer was it to be exclusive to him. What would happen if everybody could pull the sword out of the stone like King Arthur? It would cheapen the weapon, okay? Now, you got characters in the Marvel Universe that, yes, I feel like they should be able to lift it up, like Beta Ray Bill, or even that other guy, I forgot his name, but he was like a Thor clone. He looked just like Thor. I forgot his name, but characters like that's within the Thor family, like the Batman family. Those people that's in that Thor family should be able to pick it up. But every Tom, Dick, and Harry picking up Thor's hammer, that's weak to me. That's weak.
Cheapens the character. It cheapens the power of Mjolnir.
Yeah. Jeez,
so
Louise.
It's disappointing, and it's certainly, I don't want to see Tony Stark just slapping
Tony
Thor
Stark's out of all people.
Hammer.
The womanizer, the drunk, the selfish, cocky guy can pick up the hammer. Come on, Marvel, get it together.
Well, it's not just Tony. So let's get to this. Happened. The one here on the left happened in Avengers. I think it's 38. Whatever the last Avengers, the Adventures of Khonshu or whatever. So Moon Knight has stolen Mjolnir from Thor. Everyone gets a ride on Thor nowadays. He steals Mjolnir from Thor. He's already stolen Ghost Rider's his car. He's not a motorcycle right now. What was who else did he steal? Oh, he stole Doctor Strange's magic, and he tosses Mjolnir at Black Panther. And because Mjolnir recognizes Black Panther, he like starts like juggling it or something stupid just with his mind. And it turns out Black Panther can wield Thor. And do you know who this character on the right is? That's riding the lightning. That's riding Thor.
It looked like freaking Cyclops. Tell me that's not Cyclops.
No, it's not Cyclops. It's just a dude that owns a mechanic shop in Oklahoma. Because literally anybody can pick it up.
Jeez, man, that's weird.
And that is in Thor number 8. I don't know, man. Like I said, I've really enjoyed Donny Cates' run on Thor so far. They introduced the Black Winter. We've seen the kind of the fall of Galactus. We saw a super powered up Thor as Galactus was eating planets or whatever, and he became, the new herald of Galactus, so they could take on the Black Winter. Now, this 2-issue story arc, which I believe is called Hammerfall, was kind of like a palate cleanser, probably for the next story arc. But I don't know. I don't like this. I don't like anybody just being able to ride the lightning. You know what I'm saying?
This is like if I was playing Michael Jordan in basketball, and then when I took the basketball from him, I got all Michael Jordan powers. How cheap would that be?
It's like Space Jam.
Yeah. Hell, and I want to see Space Jam 2 when it come out, but that's besides the point. This is weak.
I watched Space Jam with my son. He loved it.
Keep the hammer exclusive to Thor. I can't take a lightsaber from Luke Skywalker and start getting Jedi powers and fighting everybody. So don't do that to Thor. That's disrespectful to Thor.
If you were Rey, you could. It would actually speak to you and it would call to you, and then you would never have to earn it or anything.
But that's the reason why we hate Rey. That's the reason why nobody relates to Rey.
You just use Jedi mind tricks without any training. You just have it.
Now, I want to ask you a question real quick. Do you think it is somebody outside of the Thor family, like Beta Ray Bill and those type of characters? Do you think it's somebody in Marvel that deserves to pick up the hammer?
Captain America.
I agree, too, because he's pure of heart. But that's about it.
Mm-hmm. He'd be the one. But, I don't like it when they keep doing with the powers where, there's 3 Hulks now. Everybody's got an Iron Man uniform. Not only do you have Ironheart, but you've got Reed Richards is sporting one right now. You've got Iron Patriot and Captain America. There's like 6 different Iron Man suits floating around the 616 right now.
What? That's them copying the Bat family. They trying to create families within one character. That's what they do.
The Batman characters don't have powers. They're just like trained fighters, Yeah. It's different. But everyone gets a suit. Everyone gets to take a ride on Mjolnir nowadays. Everybody gets to have gamma powers, and it cheapens and waters down the characters. There's nothing important about Mjolnir if the dude that owns a damn mechanic shop in Oklahoma gets to ride the light. That's all I'm saying.
If it get oversaturated like that, guess what Fatal J does? I just stop buying the book or stop reading.
Just got to bounce.
It's just too much.
Now, absolutely, I would recommend Donny Cates' Thor. It's been absolutely terrific. Nick Klein was on the first 6 issues. The art's amazing. This one was Aaron Kuder, and the art's very good as well. But hopefully he doesn't revisit this very often. But I imagine this is leading into more Thor stories, and the hammer is going to get heavier, and other people are going to be wielding it. And I'm not a big fan of that.
But I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to lie. Moon Knight and Black Panther in a Thor's book, I might just peep that out, sir.
That was
Avengers. Moon Knight.
That was an Avengers. Well, then you should be reading the Avengers Khonshu story arc because it is a powered up Moon Knight with an Egyptian moon god as he's trying to hunt down the Star Brand baby.
I truly believe Moon Knight is going to be that big Marvel movie, and people are going to jump on that character. I'm telling you, people.
I thought it was going to be an Disney Plus show.
I don't know, but I'm telling you, watch what I tell you. People going to start buying those old books. Moon Knight, I'm telling you, Moon Knight is going to be that big character. He going to explode. So, hey,
I hope you're right, but I don't know. I was hoping you were wrong with the Snyder Cut, so.
Hey, man, I can predict the future. I'm like that guy. This is the magic 8-ball right here, sir. It tells the future.
Well, don't shake it too hard. We don't want any accidents on the set. So let's move on to the other news that we have. obviously the Eternals is going to be one of the big MCU movies for Phase 4. This is one of the properties that they want to make big. I think it's got Angelina Jolie as kind of the big name attached to it. It's going to have the first, I believe, openly gay character within the MCU, and they're going to be releasing in conjunction with it Eternals, the comic book. Kieran Gillen and Asad Ribic, obviously a very powerful creative duo on this or on this series, and they've been having to delay it. They've been having to delay it, and now Eternals has been delayed even further. So now it's no longer coming out in November. It's coming out in January 2021, and this is just across the board. Obviously, they're releasing the Black Widow comics. That movie ain't coming out. I know Wonder Woman 1984. They got a bunch of special covers coming out, for DC Comics in conjunction with the December release of Wonder Woman 1984. There ain't no way in hell that's happening.
It ain't coming out.
Yeah, so they're releasing all these comic books that you would hope there would be extra interest in because the movie should be there, and the movie's just it's not going to be there. Fatal J. It's too bad for Marvel. It's too bad for DC. Do you enjoy these comic books that are kind of released in conjunction with the movies, as long as they're not based on the movie?
Yeah, but I think it's smart marketing wise to put out this content before the movie does come out, because I'm looking forward to Doom, and it's supposed to be a graphic novel with Doom coming out, and I think that's only right. Get me pumped up, get me ready for this big event.
Yeah, obviously with Dune, it's the House of Atreides. I believe that's what it's called. It's a prequel comic. Yeah. Obviously, that's from Boom. So it's too bad. You would hope that they would get some decent sales on this, but what are they supposed to do? Wait forever until the movie actually releases? It doesn't look like we're going to be getting really new movies in 2020. Tenet, while it did pretty well overseas, it just kind of bombed out in the US.
I heard it did bad.
Ready to come back to theaters yet? Yeah.
Mulan did bad too. Didn't do what they expected.
Mulan also did like a Disney Plus launch. So it was a little different, but it was that was already they knew that one was going to bomb. But was it is it Cinemark that said they just were closing down their theaters like indefinitely?
Oh, Cinemark did? Dang, that's crazy.
I think it was Cinemark. It was Cinemark, Regal, or AMC. I thought it was Cinemark, but it might have been Regal.
See, I haven't heard
they're just closing them down because there's no new movies to come out.
Yeah, how can they survive? I'm
going to be honest, Fatal J. I know this is a comic video, but I do think the movie theater industry is like in serious jeopardy.
It's dead.
Not coming back at all.
It's dead. There's no way it can come back. It's dead. It's dead. People don't want to say it. People don't want to say it, but the movie theaters are done. It's dead. Get ready for the digital world, baby. Get ready for digital comics. It's coming. Get used to it. I know y'all like physical. I love physical. Fatal J loves physical, but get ready for digital. And I just rhymed right there.
You did. You were professing your love for the physical medium. So here's the last one. This one was pretty interesting. If you're a fan of Alpha Flight, obviously there's been a lot of iterations of the team, but there was a reunion of sort of the original Alpha Flight within this week's, Marvel Zombies reunion? Marvel Zombies Resurrection #2. And we actually got to see, who is it? We got to see Guardian, Snowbird, Aurora, and North Star are all zombies. So it's basically the original Alpha Flight lineup minus Sasquatch and was it Shaman? I think it was Shaman. Actually, we're chasing after, who was it? Spider-Man, Franklin, and Valeria Richards and Blade. What do you think? Are you excited to see a reunion of the original Alpha Flight?
I love Alpha Flight. Every character in the Alpha Flight is dope, like the X-Men. But what's up with all this zombie crap, man? Do you enjoy the zombie stuff? I'm sick of zombie stuff.
I thought Marvel Zombies was cool. Like it was fine. I think Deceased DC's kind of version of that's going on right now is really super dope. I think it's like one of the best lines of comics you're going to read. I think it transcends zombies.
You think Robert Kirkman started this trend? I mean, I know it's been zombies way before Robert Kirkman, but do you think Robert Kirkman?
Well, Robert Kirkman wrote Marvel Zombies.
But that's what I'm saying. Do you think Robert Kirkman kind of, started this big zombie wave again? Because I'm sick of zombies.
Obviously, The Walking Dead was huge for zombies. It renewed interest in TV shows, but also you have to look back at, is it 28 days later, when it was like the new, like super rabid version of a zombie, and they were really fast and they were way more dangerous. I think a lot of newer properties kind of use that version of a zombie, which makes the monster more exciting, more lethal, more threatening.
Yeah, because I ain't gonna lie, man. You got a chance with a slow walking zombie, but if he can run fast, you're in trouble.
But yeah, there was certainly a big boom period for zombies. You had iZombie, obviously had Walking Dead and a lot of clones and stuff like that. It certainly died down, but I think the success of Deceased, like comic books and zombies just go together. If DC is going to do a zombie book, people are going to buy it. If Marvel's going to do a zombie book, people are going to buy it. But Deceased from Tom Taylor, the quality is just so high that I think it exceeded all their expectations.
I give it a try, but I want to see Alpha Flight in their original form. I don't want to see them as zombies. I just want to see some good Alpha Flight comic books.
Well, you got to go back and read John Byrne, right?
Oh yeah, heck yeah, John Byrne. That's the golden age right there. Alpha Flight.
Uncanny X-Men 120 when they were coming after Wolverine because he was like a deserter or something.
Yeah, because Wolverine
was like
was
my favorite X-Men cover of all time. You got Guardian, and it looks like Wolverine's been murdered in the water. And he's like over it. It was great.
Yeah,
I love that cover. But I don't know. I like Alpha Flight. I wish they would bring it back. With the original team. Every time they kind of reboot. I think the last Alpha Flight we had was 2011. But every time they reboot them, it's always like a new team member in.
Yeah, it's somebody in there that's not original in the group, or somebody look totally different. Just bring them back in their original form.
Absolutely, that's what I would do. But
I would think, what? Now this is just Fatal J. I would think Marvel should just have a original line of what everybody was raised on and loved, like original line just for the hardcore fans, and then
like an ultimate universe for newer fans.
Yeah, like the original Marvel characters is 616, right?
Mm-hmm.
Can we just have a 616, and then you can do all that SJW crap over here? Can it just be split in half?
Ultimate universe.
Yeah, and then like in the 616, bring back people like Chris Claremont and dope artists of the 80s and 90s, and have them on the 616, and then have these Looney Tunes on the other side of the SJW propaganda crap. Then you can please two fans at the same time.
This is why they can't do it. First of all, the artists would cost way too much. Most modern artists are really cheap. That's why the art's not good.
That's true.
And second, does Marvel really want to go put out an ongoing Chris Claremont book so he can make all their current writers look like fools and idiots? Do you want John Byrne writing Alpha Flight so you can make all the other people that have ruined Alpha Flight over the last 20 years look like dunderheads?
Yeah, because the 616 side will beat everybody, and then they'll be like, these guys are untalented. They've been tricking us the whole time.
Yeah. Like, I thought Bendis was good. What the?
Yeah, you're right.
So that'll basically do it for today, Fatal J. We got some Marvel Comics news. Everybody's taking Mjolnir for a ride these days. I'm not a big fan. Although Donny Cates' Thor run has absolutely been dope, these last two issues have not been my favorite.
I'm not going to lie. Wes, I ain't mean to step in, but Donny Cates, man, that dude, he's impressive. He's impressive. He's a rare gem in this era right now, and I'm liking everything he writes. So when they say he's on the book, I check it out. So you're right.
Well, you should go check out, Thor. Go start out with #1. Nick Lyon's art's amazing. If you like, the character, it's very, very well done. Obviously, we're moving up to King in Black as well. Yes. Alpha Flight had a sort of reunion within Marvel Zombies Resurrection. I think it's #2. And then the Eternals comic is delayed until January. Asad Ribic, Kieran Gillen, Powerhouse Creative Team. I'm still definitely going to read it, but it's not going to come out in conjunction with the movie. Like we don't know when movies are coming back. There's no way Wonder Woman 1984 is released into December. It's just not. It's not happening. So All right, Fatal J, is there anything that you needed to confer with your Magic 8 Ball about before we head
I
out?
think this is the first video we did where we agreed all the way through the video. We're making progress, sir. We're making progress.
Man, I must have fucked this up.